And it's highly important that we do so. You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of shit going on. We see CNN anchor ask if U.S. wants 4 more years of creepy Joe Biden when 74% of Americans say, the U.S. is heading in the wrong direction. I got news for you. 74% of those people should have known that America been heading in the wrong direction for a long, long time because y'all continue to keep voting in these demon Democrats. And if you're even looking at a certain amount of years back, we could say 47 years of the same garbage heap because you kept voting the same suckers back into office that they're kicking your butt. Biden said he wasn't going to raise taxes. Biden said there wasn't going to be any inflation. Biden had a plan for everything, even 1.9 trillion dollars of infrastructure that was going to come out of the budget anyway, and that would have to be paid back. So simply, his plans of talking about a Build Back Better plan were no more than a build build America pockets back, plan. And you know what I'm saying, while he and his family, all of his family, enrich themselves. You know what I'm saying? So people need to get this together, you know what I'm saying, because you're saying heading in the wrong direction, you know what I'm saying, you should have known that. You know what I'm saying? And why would you want to continue 4 more years of a banana boat, fruit boat, pedophilia clown? It's unbeknown to me. Same thing go for Obama. You gave him 8 years along with this idiot and expected that that was going to be some kind of solution in some shape or form. And what I don't understand is why Obama even came in talking about he is acting as if he was a black man. You know what I'm saying? To fool the white community into believing that he was the black messiah or some kind of bald-headed football clown Arab boy, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? That's why he, to me, never really to me proved anything to do with his birth paper except some fake ass shit that he chunked up. You know what I'm saying? But he was put there because he was the one to come in and not be an actual black man, but be some kind of Arab boy with our color and our tone and all that, but the DNA is not the same. You know what I'm saying? So he full of bullshit then and he's full of bullshit now. And that's why he wasn't gonna do anything for black people because one of the things we know the Arab people or the Arabs were one of the first people to be enslaving Africans properly in Africa and any other race, the Greeks and all kinds of other people got enslaved probably by then. You know what I'm saying? So it won't just by you know what I'm saying, even the women, you know what I'm saying? So when he came in and told me Arab boy, talking about he's a president and he's sweet already with somebody sweeter than him in there too, you know what I'm saying, and gonna sit there and talk about the black and brown and this and that and we gotta get recent formula because all this. I mean, he was no more on the same plan as the demon deep state blood clot that was running the pedophilia show. You know what I'm saying? But we see CNA anchors asking the question, you know what I'm saying? This is coming in like Alexander. It looked like Haley or whatever one day ago, Fox News, you know what I'm saying? But we see the anchor, John King, you know what I'm saying, noted that creepy Joe Biden, key challenge and asked, you know what I'm saying, to ask whether American public truly plans to re-elect him for the 20. Anybody in the rightful mind, probably on the digital show on my camera, anybody in the rightful mind should not re-elect no controversial individual over and over again. And this has been the problem. You've been re-electing these controversial demon Democrats over and over again. And every time you do, they go in there and do the same bullshit they say they're going in there to change, correct, and get right for the country and the United States. When it is the opposite of all that, they cause more harm, more bullshit while they sit up there in their suits, their black and white suits, you know what I'm saying, Freemason or whatever, and acting as if like they're doing something so right, and really and truly they're not. While the political pushback may be expected for the demon Democrats in the midterm election, never, materialize. Some are questioning, whether Joe Biden in more ways than one himself can still win, a national election, Anybody in the rightful mind should not let him win the first one at all because he shouldn't have been the president. Recent poll from the Associated Press, the NORC, whatever, Center of Public Affairs research found that 52 of even Democrats do not want creepy ass Joe Biden to run for the presidency in 2024. You know what I'm saying? At least they got some goddamn sense. But King spoke on the show, Inside Politics about the issue on, undermining creep Joe Biden re-electability. King noted that the creep Joe Biden clearly has liabilities, and said he's 80 years old. That ain't got nothing to do with it. He's a clown then, and he's a clown now when he's 80 years old or 100 years old. He will be 82, you know, on his inauguration. You get a bunch of dummies who want to inaugurate this idiot is out of their mind. That's why he's sitting there talking that stupid shit. We see the CDC links to preserve it. We see the CDC is linked to pervasive curriculum sweeping public schools nationwide by Kendall. Kendall, I'm not saying a Tyson or whatever, 19 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, Fox News. We see an educator at over 120 districts across the country, implementing a pervasive school curriculum you know, that that has been denounced by opponents as an effort to manipulate children's brief uh, values and belief, and replace parents as a primary moral authority in the child's lives. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is they talking about? Parents is parents. I did on moral on all that bullshit. Just stick to parenting and what we supposed to do, because we the one who had that child, not the government. In their bullshit. But at the same time, talking that moral, whatever garbage, in their lives, with many critics specifically pointing to similarities with programs from the Center for Disease and Control. I don't understand what they're doing in the school in the first place, and prevention, or whatever they want to call themselves, as a major point of, con, contention. The School Superintendent Associated, the AAASA, with the help of the superintendent board members and school administration, is implementing the Learning 2025 program, which calls for an equality focus, the holistic redesign of the United States public education system by 2025 in the district across the country. The Parents Advocacy Group, Left Turn in Education, the NLTE, is sounding the alarm about the curriculum alleged ties to the CDC, especially since Learning 2025 outlines its plans as a solution to the fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic. You see how they're using that to come in with all types of different garbage shit. And trying to teach our kids all kinds of stuff. What is they doing teaching our kids anything at all? Learning 2025 frequently reference the idea of whole child education framework to promote a notion that school districts should on focus on a collective whole community vision that is strikingly similar to the whole school, whole community, whole child, WSCC, the educational framework diversified by the CDC. You know what I'm saying? Both programs place a strong emphasis on students and teachers' social and emotional health, including employees' wellness program, as well as a psychological and social service like school-based health and counseling center. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, we see what you're trying to do, and we're gonna see how well it works. Because remember, it still come out to talk is cheap. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted that booty cheap. We see the Biden creepy Joe administration executive order. You know what I'm saying? Strong on measures to combat misuse and uh, proliferation of surveillance technology. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, coming in by Adam Mitchell, you know what I'm saying, Newsweek contributor, 10 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? As we see, you know what I'm saying? We have a nice image up there of the presidential seal of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Coming in by Adam Mitchell also. You know what I'm saying? But we see the executive order signed by Creepy Joe Biden on April 21st, 2023 aims to address the threats, you know what I'm saying, aims to address the threats posed by commercial spyware to the U.S. national security, foreign policy, and privacy. You should have told that to your son. You know what I'm saying? Complement, complements the efforts take to efforts taken by the creepy Joe administration, we should say the Biden-Harris administration, and Congress to confront the proliferation and and misuse of commercial spyware. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? As we see it. In more ways than one, you know what I mean? That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? So we see a lot going on in more ways than one. We see political remain silent, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one. It seems like political seems to have a lot of political bull sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But we see political, remain silent on the charges, on the changing of Russian disinformation. Hunter Biden laptop story ahead with the headlines. You know what I'm saying? We could only like Victor Nevada, one big blow. Nevada, you know what I'm saying? Political keeps quiet Friday when asked whether it would change the notorious headlines, wrongfully implying the Post bombshell exposed on Hunter Creepy Biden laptop story, Russian disinformation. You know what I'm saying? The Post reached out one day after it broke the story that the former acting CIA director Michael Morrell told the House Judiciary Committee that Joe Biden 2020 election campaign official Anthony Blinken, you know what I'm saying, now Secretary of State, imagine that, reach out to him in days after after American Spirit uh, tabloids dropped the first of several bombshells on creepy Hunter Biden, as we see. You know what I'm saying? So we see political have a lot of garbage with them and not to be trusted in any shape or form, because anyone that collaborated in covering up that story to begin with, you know what I'm saying, ain't no more than a crook who probably took the book and the money to go along with the crooks. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to see at this point. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to see that at this point. You know what I'm saying? We see White House accused Jim Jordan of highly misleading leaks on Hunter Biden creepy ass story. You know what I'm saying? We see this is coming in by Lauren, you know what I'm saying? Forza or whatever, one day I brought to Hill News, but we see White House spokes, you know what I'm saying, person, saying Iron Sam or whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying, accused House Jen Jordan of Ohio, Republican of Ohio, of highly misleading the lead of Hunter Biden and Twitter and so forth. you know what I'm saying, the House Judiciary, you know what I'm saying, tweeted a letter sent Secretary to sent to Secretary of State, you know, Anthony Blinken on Thursday that include, you know what I'm saying, exception of a testimony from Michael, you know what I'm saying, excerpts, I guess, you know, a testimony from um, Michael Morrell, a former deputy director of the Central Intelligence Agency CIA. Imagine that, about the Hunter Biden laptop story published by the New York Post ahead of the 2020 election. So they covered up the story in order for this clown to win, and look where we end up in. You know what I'm saying? Mass, testing. You know, 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? And so forth on. You know what I'm saying? That to nothing but garbage. You know what I'm saying? We see where Alec Moss is sitting up there. He's talking about America is in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you should know because you're probably the one helping to get it to that point. This is a debate that, you know what I'm saying, at the gates or whatever, Washington, D.C., you know what I'm saying, and worries the Wall Street and the entire business community. Will the United States default on its debt due to default on its debt due to political differences and, you know what I'm saying, posturing between the White House and the White House and the Republican Speaker Kevin McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? The project daily, yeah, default, yeah. What about the people's pocket? You know what I'm saying? While y'all talking about y'all money falling off and all kinds of bullshit, the American people still broke, staying broke, and also still ain't got enough money to be sitting up there talking this bullshit without enough kids' moss. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You see where Manhattan DA brags, not case behind Jordan resolves legal dispute over Trump's inquiry. You know what I'm saying? This is coming by Aaron and Catherine or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And Valdo or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And Katursky, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Alan Katursky and Catherine, you know what I'm saying, look like Faldo. You know what I'm saying? One day ago, ABC News, as we see the Manhattan,